Now, with the country still in the grip of an Arctic blast, it's taking its tolls. Traffic at a standstill, flights cancelled, hundreds of schools closed. But what can businesses do to, weather the weather? Well, joining us is Charlie Maclean-Bristol from the Renfrewshire-based Plan B Consulting, which advises on business continuity, crisis management and emergency planning. Good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Where do we fail most, Charlie, when it comes to coping with snow?
Well, I think, you've heard lots of stories on the news this morning. I think there's lots of good news stories of people who are coping, who've sent their staff home yesterday and tell them to be at home. But I think there's a couple of things that businesses need to do. They need to make sure they've got a contingency plan in place, not just for snow, but for all events that could disrupt their business. And secondly, I think when it comes to snow, sometimes it's our decision making, either maybe poor decision making of not telling staff early enough to go home with the red warnings, or making sure that decision is made on a timely basis so that staff can, if there is snow coming in, staff can actually get home and have the ability to go home, rather than we saw in the news yesterday some staff were trying to get home, but by that time all the transport was off. So we need to make decisions on a timely basis.
Yeah, but how can they prepare? So you have to make the decisions early, you have to go with it. But how can businesses prepare for something like snow? Is it just having maybe communication channels open, all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I think they first of all need a decision-making team who's empowered across the organisation to make decisions. So they manager director says, right, you're empowered to make a decision. So we don't have individual managers, say the finance team could go home, but the HR team can't go home. So making decisions, I think also is comms to staff. So that if you wake up in the morning, you're unsure whether to go to work, you know what to do. Now, there's lots of methodologies, like stuff on the website, stuff on your organization's social media. You can have a helpline. There's lots of alert systems. And so staff need to know that these systems in place, and so they maybe regularly check them, but businesses need to set up these things in advance.
And for businesses, though, this kind of thing, it can be quite a big financial hit, I suppose, can't it?
Yeah, no, it is. If you have a whole load of people sitting at home doing nothing, then there's either going to be overtime to catch up. You may lose work. But I think if you've got a good, robust contingency plan, business continuity plan, you can't do it for everybody. But if people have laptops, you make sure that they actually take them home each night, make sure they can actually work from home. And then for many of us, if we work from home, it's the same as a normal day. So I think there's quite a lot of preparation in advance you can do to prepare
for something like
for
this.
events like, yeah.
Okay. Well, Charlie Maclean-Bristol, thank you very much from Plan B Consulting.